Hey guys, this is Ashlyn with my final top tweets of the week going into week 13. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this semester is almost over. This is insane, guys. So I'm just going to start off by talking about one of Madison's tweets that she had last week, and it says, posting your objective on the board isn't a best practice. Making students aware of what they're expected to learn is a best practice, and those aren't the same thing. And I completely agree with everything that Madison said about this tweet and everything that this tweet stands for, because every day and all day a teacher can get up there and write out what the objective of the day is. And if students aren't made aware of that objective and made aware of what the objective is in kid-friendly and student-friendly words, then they're not going to know what they're expected to learn. And they're not going to be able to perform what you want them to perform because they don't know what they're expected to learn. So it's important to explain to the students where you want to take them and what they're expected to know and learn after your lessons. So I'm going to start off with my first tweets. So as you can see, this is a kind of a smaller picture, so I went ahead and screenshotted the bigger picture, and it says, it's just a little quote, and it says, I witnessed a young teacher do something today I've never seen. While reading a story, she said, stand up if you know the term refugee. I'm assuming she means the definition of refugee, and it goes on to say, okay, each of you go to someone who is seated and explain the term to them. We will keep doing this until we are all standing. And I thought that this was an amazing tweet. It really resonated with me going into student teaching because this is just a different and more kid-relevant way of teaching the vocabulary that you're reading about and that you're talking to your students about. You can stand up there and preach to them all day long and give them the definitions for all these different words all day long, but until they come up with a definition of their own and want to learn the words, then it's not gonna benefit them. And so I thought that this was just an awesome way to really get students engaged and really show, like, the students that know the word, really showcase what they know, and then they can help their buddy learn what a new word is. And then each child will kind of have their own kind of definition of the word. I just thought this was awesome. So again, this was the tweet, and I'm going to click where it's closer up. This was after day 1 of STAR testing, which is the state of Texas assessments. And the students started off before they got to do their, standardized test, watching videos on Flipgrid of special messages from their parents. And I just thought that this tweet was incredible and so powerful. I know me and Rachel are both fixing to be student teaching in the fall, and we are both in 3rd grade. And 3rd grade, as we all know, is the first grade to start standardized test. And that really makes a lot of our students very anxious. And starting off with Flipgrid videos, even if it wasn't from their parents, even if it was just from a peer with some encouraging words, before they have to really dig deep and do all this testing, really just, I think, will benefit our students because it will give them that self-confidence and that drive that they need to get through this testing. It really, really stood out to me. And then finally, this is kind of a anchor chart talking about collaborating in groups. And here's a bigger picture of it. And it talks about, on the left column, instead of saying these things when you're working in a group with other students, like, no, 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 or you're using all the space, or stop, or that's mine, or stop hogging the paper, you want to say things like that are on the right side. I disagree because I need more space, please. Let's think first. I'd like that. Let's take turns. And I really just like this. I think this would be something great to go over maybe at the beginning of the school year or before you start letting students work in pairs and work in group works, because it just kind of shows the students, okay, how can we effectively work in our groups and listen and give feedback to our other peers and our friends and other students in the classroom. And so I just really love how this is all spelled out for the students, and all their expectations are kind of spelled out too. So let's finish this semester strong, guys. We are so, so close.